Now tuned into the show, you learn the discipline to show up day after day, to do the work, confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. That is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of wait for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques, all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called work on your game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is the seller's mindset. And we're going to get into exactly what that is and how you can develop it or sharpen yours if you already have it momentarily. First, let me tell you two quick things. Number one, I send out a daily motivation message every single morning that is guaranteed to keep you focused, sharp, and on point. All my best listeners are already in the daily motivation text community. So if you are not in it and you are one of my best listeners, let's fix that and get you into it. All you got to do is text me at this number right now, 305-384-6894. Send a text to that number right now. And every day when I send out the daily motivation text, you, since you are in my text community, shall receive that message. Secondly, Work on Your Game University is the place where you take the next step to work with me directly. That's where my coaching programs are. Because people sometimes ask me, Dre, do you offer any kind of coaching? Yes, I do. It is only at Work on Your Game University. All my courses are inside there as well. And we send out physical mailings every month. Yes, physical mailings. We actually do send things to your mailbox. So those of you who think mail is limited to just email, no. And text messages and WhatsApp and those Snapchats, no. There are other ways to get mail. One of them is direct in your physical mail, where you actually go to the mailbox and pick it up, a physical thing. Yes, we send those out. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com and you can see how to get involved and engaged in the university. So with that said, let's get into the topic, which again is the seller's mindset. And by the way, I do have a book of this exact same title. It is called The Seller's Mindset. You can get that at workonmygame.com/sell, S-E-L-L, workonmygame.com/sell. Now this masterclass here today is about the mindset of making sales, which any of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you want to make sales, but even if you're an employee, you're in the employee space, you need to make sales too, because what are you selling? You are selling yourself and your ability to do specific jobs so that you can remain employed. And as you remain employed, usually when you're employed, you're getting paid, you're making money, right? And all of us go to work to make money. So this is about the mindset of making sales and being focused on making sales on a daily basis. So it's better and let me back up. The better you get at selling and the more you are paying attention to the industry and the job and the skill of sales, the more sales you will make, simply because what we focus on, we create more of, and we cause to expand in our lives. So anyone listening to this who would like to make more sales, and sales equaling revenue, income, money, any of you want to get better at making sales, you want to get your mind focused on selling, because that is going to cause you to get better at it because you're focused on it, even if you're terrible at it presently. Point number one. Today's topic, once again, is the seller's mindset. Understand that you are in the sales business, whether you want to be or not. You are either doing good at that sales business or you're doing bad at the business, but you are in the sales business. So I want you to accept the fact that the sales business is the business that everybody is in, regardless of what it is that you are selling, even if what you're selling is just you as an individual. Doesn't matter what you do or sell, your business is selling that thing. So the business doesn't happen until there's an exchange taking place, meaning somebody gives you money and you give them the product or the service. Therefore, the thing that you do is not the business that you are in. Okay, so if you're a gym teacher, you are not in the gym business. You are not in the fitness business. You are in the selling gym teaching business. Or if you're in the health business, I was just on Instagram before I started this. Actually, I was on Instagram while I was doing this. I was storying myself doing the intro to the show. And I saw somebody who I know who was offering like a fitness challenge, like a 30-day challenge to help people lose weight. That person is not in the weight loss business. They are in the selling of weight loss business, at least in that sense. I don't know what else they do for business, but when they're selling that 30-day challenge, they're not selling fitness. Well, they're not in the business of fitness. Let me back up. They are selling fitness, but they're in the business of selling the fitness, because if they don't make any sales of their fitness abilities, helping people lose weight business, then helping people lose weight industry, then they're not in business, because they're not making any sales. You're not in business unless there's an exchange happening. Everybody understand what I'm saying? So when someone asks you what business you're in the business of selling X. and X is whatever the thing is that you do. If you're a teacher, you're in the business of selling your ability to teach, not in the business of actually teaching, period, because you can teach for free. All right, you don't make any money just for teaching. You make money for selling teaching. Does everybody understand what I'm saying here? So you only get paid when the sale happens. Okay, so either you or someone who you are partnered with needs to be good at selling and focused on selling your ability to do the thing, because the sale is what makes the business happen. That's where the money gets made. That's where the exchange occurs. Point number 2. Today's topic, once again, is the seller's mindset. Number 2, they do not, and when I say they, I'm talking about the people who you serve, your customers, your clients, your prospects, your audience. They do not need to be coming to you for you to make a sale. You don't need people coming your way for sales to happen. Remember, I was talking to someone who was they were in the fitness business also. This was a different person. They were in the fitness business, and they were just talking about how they could only, they were talking about the limits that they had on their life, basically, because of the limited number of clients that they were serving at the time. And of course, naturally, one of the things that I said to this person, being an entrepreneur myself and also being a coach, I said to them, well, and this wasn't a coaching conversation we were having, this was a friend conversation. I said to them, well, why don't you just go get more clients? And if you get more clients, then you won't have this problem of only having a limited number of clients. And they were basically saying that because they had a limited number of clients, they only had a certain amount of finances. They were on a set income because this is the clients that I had. And because I don't have more clients, I don't have more money. Therefore, there are certain things that I can't do. And I said, well, why don't you just get more clients? I mean, are you limited as far as how much time you have? And they said, no. They said, I have available time. If I had more clients, then I would fill that time with those clients, the available time with the clients. I said, why don't you get more clients? And this person said, well, I would love to have more clients, but I like when my clients come to me. I don't want to feel like I'm going out there being a salesperson and kind of being all salesy and selling people on being my client. I would like when I get clients the same way that I got the clients that I have right now. Because this person was saying the clients that I have right now, they found me. They saw me somewhere training somebody and they approached me and said, hey, are you a trainer? I said, yes. They basically secured my services and became my clients, and they've been clients for a long time. It was like a husband and wife couple that this person was telling me about. And I like when people just find me that way. So I like when I'm just out doing my thing, working with my clients, and then somebody just walks up to me and say, hey, are you a trainer? Hey, I want to be a client. And then they start paying me money. And I would love for every client that I have to just find me that way. And I laughed, I chuckled, and I chuckled at the statement that this person was saying. They got kind of annoyed by the fact that I chuckled at it. And I said, well, damn it, I would love all my clients to come to me that way as well. I would love if everybody who ever bought anything from me, whether it was coaching, a high ticket coaching program that was in the 5 figures, or a book that was free, they just had to cover the shipping. I would love if I just opened my door right now and a whole bunch of people were beating down my door and there was a line of people standing at the door waiting to give me money. I would love if that happened that way as well. And I was being sarcastic, if you're not catching the sarcasm in my tone right now. And I said, yeah, everybody will love that, but that's not the way it works. If you want to have more clients, you have to go out there and let people know that you are available. There are people who want personal trainers. And I'm talking to this person, this was in Miami. And I said, it's Miami, all right? Everybody here wants to be in great shape because the weather's nice. Everybody's outside. The weather is nice enough that people can wear tank tops and shorts most of the time. And people don't want to walk around not in good shape with most of their skin out. So yes, people want trainers. There's high demand for what you do, but you have to actually go and make sure people know that you exist so they can pay you. And this person basically resisted this whole thing. Like, no, I just want them to come to me. And I was even telling them I was telling them things like, why don't you just go into condominium buildings, make friends with the people at the front desk, because they know everybody. If any of you, whoever lives or works in a condominium or any kind of apartment building where all the traffic goes through a main entrance, like a lobby, the people who work at the front desk know everything and everyone. They know everything that's going on. They know all the dirt. They know all the crazy stuff people do. They see what's happening late at night when people are coming in. They know everything that's going on. All you gotta do is make friends with them, and they will even tell you who are the people who need trainers, who are the people who want trainers. If somebody needs a trainer, they can mention your name. You can give them a bunch of your business cards, offer them a referral fee. There's a bunch of things you can do. Just go to all the condos in South Florida and just make friends with people, even in your neighborhood. Because this person was just, they want to work in a certain area. Just go everywhere that you can walk to and just make friends. Put your business cards up on the bulletin boards. Whatever you got to do, you can get more clients. But this person was very adamant that they just wanted all their clients to come to them. And the long story, the unfortunate ending to this story with this person is they didn't get any new clients because they weren't willing to do any work to go get them. The point is, the reason that I'm telling you this story is to frame this. For you to generate business, you need to generate business. All right, do not wait for business to be generated for you. In other words, your clients and customers. There are people out there who will become your clients and customers. They will, but they will only do so if and when you go to them and let them know that what you have to offer that they can be a client or customer. In other words, you can't sit there and hope that they come to you and say, "Hey, Dre, do you offer coaching? Because I would love to be a coaching client of yours and give you money." All right, very rarely does that happen. All right, most of the people who have been coached by me became clients of mine because I let them know that I do offer coaching and I would love to get on a call with you and talk to you. And they know that I'm going to offer something, and they know it is not going to be free. But I had to let them know. All right, you can't sit around and hope that they come knocking on your door. That's not the way life works, folks. I mean, again, I would love if it did work that way, but it doesn't work that way. Any of you out there who is single, actually any of you who's not single, for you to meet your significant other, let me just say the males. Let me say the males here who are single or you are not, no matter what. Your significant other, usually, and I'm talking, let me isolate the heterosexual males because that's the experience that I am familiar with. Usually, you had to go to that significant other, if you have one, and you had to let them know that you were interested, or you had to pursue, even if they did something to let you know that they were open to your approach. They let you know that they were open to your approach, but you still had to approach. Now, they didn't come to you and say, "Hey, let's go on a date." Most of you, I would bet that most men who are listening to this show, you and your significant other did not get together because they approached you and said, "Hey, I'm going to take you on a date." All right, maybe they gave you a signal that they were available. Maybe they didn't, and you just went right up to them. But you had to make an approach. It's the same thing in sales. Any of you males out there who is single and you're trying to meet a certain type of lady, you need to approach enough of the type of lady that you want that finally one of them is interested in you, and you can take it from there. But you got to approach. They're not going to come to you. That's not the way life works. In sales, you must go and make the approach. You have to go to them. Everybody get this? They don't have to be coming to you for you to make a sale. All right, you can make a lot of money today without anybody ever coming to you and initiating the conversation. You can initiate all the conversations. Doesn't mean that every single one of them is going to turn into a sale, but if you initiate enough of them, somebody's going to buy from you. Okay? People don't have to be coming to you with their wallets out for you to make money from what's in their wallet. All right, they will pay you if you offer them something that they want. Simple as that. Understand that most people live life knowing that there are certain things that they want to do, need to do, could do, should do, would do, but they don't actually take initiative on it. That's why on this show, when I give you the introduction, what's the fourth thing that I say? The personal initiative to go make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. The reason that I bring that up specifically is because number one, you need to be that type of person, and number two, most people are not that type of person. The four things that I mentioned here on this show: discipline, confidence, mental toughness, personal initiative. These are things that most people understand that they need, want, could have, should have, and would have, but they simply don't do it. This show ain't for everybody. Maybe you have heard me say that before, and if you haven't, this is the first time hearing it, you will hear me say it again. This show ain't for everybody because the principles that I talk about here on this show are things that most people simply don't do. Even though when you hear me talk about them, you say that makes sense, I understand it, that's good, I need to be doing that, but not everybody does it. This is what separates you from the average person, is that you are actually going to take initiative and you go and make things happen. You can't sit around and wait for things to happen. If you're a single man, you can't sit around and hope that the woman of your dreams somehow falls into your lap. It's probably not going to happen. You need to go out to wherever they are, wherever that woman would be by your best estimation, or get somebody who can help you figure out where they are, and you need to go and make approaches. This is the game that you're in. If you're a woman and you're trying to meet the man of your dreams, you need to do something that's going to put you in a position to where that man can actually know that you exist, so they can make an approach if they're the type to make an approach. But you can't sit around and hope that it's going to happen by sitting on your couch and hope that they just come down the chimney like Santa Claus. It ain't working like that. Same thing when it comes to sales, folks. You got to go out there and let them know. Any of you who's in my text community, all right, do you get text messages from me that I'm telling you, hey, I got this thing for sale, I got this thing offered, say this and I'll give you the link so you can go buy it? All right, do you get those texts from me? You're on my email list. All right, do you get emails from me to say, hey, here's a link to you for you to go buy this thing that I'm offering? Do I do that? Of course I do. Why? Because I'm in the sales business. If I don't let you know that I have something to sell, and I don't take initiative to initiate you to take action to go buy a thing, then ain't nothing getting sold. Very rare, very few of you are going to come to me and say, hey, Dre, here's my credit card. Charge me however much it costs. I want something that you got for sale. It says nobody ever. That doesn't happen. If that does happen, consider yourself lucky. All right, it ain't going to happen again. Maybe, I don't know, maybe once a year. If you got a whole bunch of people know you, maybe you'll get that happening. But they don't have to be coming to you in order for a sale to happen. You go to them. Okay? 99% of the sales that I made in my life, whether it was a relationship sale, dating sale, playing basketball sale, getting signed to a contract, getting on somebody's team, selling a book, selling a course, selling a coaching program, selling a mastermind, selling anything else that I've ever sold, 99% of those sales was me going to them and saying, hey, here I am, here's what I got, here's what it costs, let's make an exchange. Nobody came to me. Most of the time they don't come to me. I would say in my career, the industry in which I got the most people coming to me and saying, hey, I'm interested, is probably in basketball. But basketball also was the smallest sample size of I would say 3 industries. And the industry that I'm in now as an entrepreneur selling products and services, the biggest sample sizes. I made the most offers to the most people, the thousands, millions of offers to hundreds of thousands of people, because it's some of the same people over and over again. Then you got in the dating world, I made offers to a lot of women. And then in the basketball world, where that's probably the smallest sample size in the basketball world. So in basketball, I got prepositioned many times by many people saying, we want you to come play with us on this team. That's probably where it happened the most often. In entrepreneurship, it happened the least relative to the number of offers that I sent out. Everybody follow what I'm saying here? So the majority of sales that you make and that I've made will be you going out and interrupting people from their normally scheduled programming and getting them to pay attention to what you're doing. And that's when you make the sale. So if you are uncomfortable interrupting people from their normally scheduled program, you shouldn't be in the sales business. But here's the problem. Everybody's in the sales business. So either you're going to be good at sales or you're going to be bad at sales. But I'm giving you a reality here that you need to accept. This is how you sell. You interrupt people from what they were already thinking and get them to think something different. And here's what you have to believe in order to have the gall to do this, or if you even want to say the balls to do this, and ladies, I'm including you as well, is you got to believe that what you're interrupting them with is better than what they were already doing. And if you don't believe that, then you're going to be a shy salesperson. And as the late, great Zig Ziglar said, timid salespeople have skinny children. Those of you who don't understand what that means, the children are skinny because there ain't no food in the kitchen for them to eat. All right, you get it? So you have to be willing. If you want everybody coming to you waving their credit cards, I appreciate the idea, and I do as well. But most sales don't happen that way. All right, unless you happen to be super famous. Even when you're super famous, you still got to go to people. I mean, name a super famous person who sells things. Well, I want you to notice something. Don't you notice that they're always sending out emails about what they're selling? That's them going to you. Don't you notice that they run advertisements on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and what's the other platforms? Everywhere else? Don't you notice they have advertisements for the products that they sell? Even though they're so famous, why are they spending money to get attention? Despite the fact that they're so famous. Because people don't just go to you and say, I want to buy something. You have to go to them. Is everybody catching what I'm saying here? You can't sit back and wait for opportunity. This is a life point that I'm making. I'm talking about sales, but you can apply this to everything. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is the seller's mindset. You must wake up with the mindset of making things happen, as I just touched on in point number 2. Successful salespeople live with the mindset of creating opportunities to make sales rather than waiting for and receiving opportunities to make sales. Opportunity is rarely handed to you, ladies and gentlemen. You must go out and create opportunity. The most successful people that you know of in any industry, name 3 successful people that you know of. They don't have to be people you know. Just name 3 successful people. Go read their life stories, because they probably have written books about it or done interviews about it or articles or blog posts about how they became successful. I guarantee you that every single one of them has a story of how they went out and made things happen, and that was the genesis of them becoming this successful person that you now know. Name somebody. I guarantee you will not find a single exception. Salespeople understand that there are people out there who have a need for their product or service, that their thing can fulfill that need. And even if the person is not actively looking to solve the problem, the salesperson understands that it is their job to make that prospect aware of the problem so that they can finally do something about it. I was having a conversation with, I have actually had these conversations all the time with people who get on a call with me, or they initiate a conversation with me about some challenge or issue that they're having. And let me tell you something right here before I even go on. When someone initiates a conversation with you about a problem or challenge that they're having, that is a red flag that they are waving to you without saying it in so many words that they want to do something. They need to make a change. They know they need to make a change. That's why they're having the conversation. That's why they're telling you about the problem, because they know they need to do something different. It is now your responsibility to help them do something different by getting them into or onto or using your product, service, offer, whatever it happens to be. That's your job. This is your job, salesperson, in case you didn't know. So what many people are doing, what many people do in life, is they get really good at rationalizing away our own problems, our challenges, and we basically figure out a way to endure something that we don't actually need to endure because we are too lazy or too afraid, or we just lack the confidence to do something about the problem, so we figure out a way to be okay with the problem. That's how most people live their entire lives. Your job as a salesperson is to fight against that and get people to do the opposite. All right, you know this is an issue. You know you need to do something about it. It is my job to help you do something about it by selling you my product. That's your job. All that said, let's recap today's class, which is the seller's mindset. This is about the mindset of how you make sales and getting focused on making sales on a daily basis. This is the lifeblood of how the economy works. The economy is what it is because we have salespeople out here who go out every day with the mentality that I'm talking about. They have this burned onto their brains. This is not something that they think about. This is who they are. And I want this to become you. Point number one, you are in the sales business. I don't care what you sell. You're in the sales business. The thing that you do is not the business that you're in. The selling of the thing that you do is the business that you're in. You do not get paid for the thing. You don't get paid to be a lifeguard. You could be a lifeguard for free. You don't get paid to be a teacher. You can be a teacher for free. You don't get paid for coaching people. You can coach people for free. You get paid for your ability to sell the thing, not do the thing. Point number two, people do not need to come to you for you to make a sale in any area of life, health, wealth, relationships. All right, you do not need people coming to you for you to make a sale. You have to have the belief that what you're offering them is so good that you should and will interrupt what they're doing now in order to show them what you have going on. That's exactly what an advertisement is. When people run ads, what are they doing? They're interrupting your scrolling so you can look at what they have to say. So you need to believe that whatever you're offering is so good that you should interrupt people and let them know about it. That you should call them while they're at work, or call them while they're at home, or call them while they're spending time with their kids, and let them know about what you have, because it's that important. If you don't believe what you're offering is that important, you need to get a better product. Point number three, you wake up with the mindset of making things happen. Personal initiative, make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. As we talked about in the previous point, salespeople are of the mindset of creating opportunities for selling. They don't wait to receive opportunities, they go and create opportunities. You cannot sit back and hope that all your clients and customers come to you. In a perfect world, that's how it would be. We would just sit back with the payment page open, and people just come to our site and just buy stuff from us without us giving any effort whatsoever, in a perfect world. But the last time I checked, the world is not perfect, and it's not about to become perfect. Most human beings are really good at rationalizing their problems. Your job is to point out that they're rationalizing and help them stop rationalizing so they can live the way they want to live with the help of your product or service. That is the mindset of a salesperson. All that said, two things for you to do. Text me, tell me the best insight you got from today's class. My number is 305-384-6894. And secondly, I have a course inside of Work on Your Game University called Sell Yourself. I got another one called the Business Builder course, another one called the Work on Your Game System, another one called Bulletproof Mindset 2.0. All of them are directly related to what we talk about here in today's masterclass. And I have a coaching program. Any of you who really wants to become a salesperson, you want to get the mindset of a salesperson, which is the foundation of selling, regardless of what you sell, you need to work with me directly in my coaching program. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com, click the button to schedule a call with me, and let's talk about what we need to talk about so we can get you where you need to get, so you can get this mindset that I just explained. This can become part of who you are as a person, not something you have to remind yourself to think about. Work on your game. Dre, all day.